most opinionated hour on radio and the nation's thought-provoking hour. I am Nana Ansah Kwao, the fourth chief of the Little Republic of Akwamu Etumasa, and I say thank God it's Monday. Welcome to our cherished hour that begins the week, an hour packed with anger, eagerness, sometimes hope, other times frustration. But one thing is guaranteed, and that's pure passion. Welcome to the patriotic ritual I call That's My Opinion, one of radio's finest hour. You may call it understated. Our topic today, folks, Krono versus corrupt. Krono versus corrupt. Folks, let us all gather and make truth good. Now, we may need to brace up a bit because it could be quite a bumpy show. Folks, I may have to do quite a reference to some of the shows we have done in the past. So it doesn't sound like a broken record, but we may have to make certain references in the past just to emphasize on what today's show is and how to put my point across. Folks, right here on That's My Opinion, I remember I said that we must be deliberate in nation building without fear or apology. We can't think or expect people to be born and grow up to be good people when they've had no discipline or direction. We can't expect people to be born and grow up and suddenly fall in love with Ghana as though that's all they have. No. It must be deliberately imbibed in them. It can never be left to chance. Folks, last week the Statistical Service brought out some data on the state of corruption in Ghana. I think most people were not surprised that there are malfeasance in the system. But the quantum was what shocked us, pegging it at 5 billion Ghana cedis a year. And this brought the conversation straight onto the front burner, and rightfully so. Our nation is dying, and yet the monies to rescue her is not going through the proper channels, or going back door, underhand, under desk, somewhere. The amount paid as bribes and the amount lost in the system, plus the amount misappropriated through luxury entitlement, is definitely enough to rescue Ghana. Now, Occupy Ghana has done a report titled Ghana's Current Trip to the IMF is a Crying Shame. Must read, find it and read it. And in the report, it quotes the AG's report that from 2016 to 2022, and it says that 7 point something, so 48 billion Ghana cedis has been lost or misappropriated. 48 billion Ghana cedis lost or misappropriated. Folks, you know something? Come high, come low. Most of the parties involved in this treason, if I may call it, I mean, at this level, this is not corruption. It's treason because treason. They are still at posts, living large and getting paid with their salaries and benefits. They will not be asked to refund or pay back to state. And that, folks, is almost guaranteed. Now, you see, so on top of losing this amount, which works out to be, let's say, 12 billion Ghana cedis a year, we have to now pay 5 billion in bribes to get them to give us what they are being paid to do. Now, that's comedy. If you wanted material, that's comedy right there. Big joke. After losing 12 billion a year through overpricing, underhanding, unexplained, whatever it is, when we approach these services and we need the services done now, the amount we are also paying, another 5 billion. Now that's a pure comedy movie there. The question is, folks, who will bell the cat, put the foot down and say, I am going to plug these holes? Folks, what's the meaning of the word corrupt? Folks, I've been saying corrupt. It's only last night that I actually went on Google to find out, where corrupt even came from. Where did the word corruption come from? And they said the first records of the word corruption date as far back as the 1300s. And it ultimately derived from a Latin verb called corrompere, meaning to ruin, or literally to break into pieces, from the word rompere, to break. No wonder if you go to the marketplace today and shout corrupt, no one will mind you. I mean, how many of us understand the Latin and its breakdown from rompere to compere? Can you imagine, you're standing in the market and rompere has taken my phone? Really? It's in. And yes, if rompere has done something, we don't care. Now in that same market, if you shout Kronfwe, Juloi, Balau, it could even be that this Kronfwe has just taken a tube of yam. He may not be spared. The shame, the stigma, the tag, you have no idea. Your life will come to an end if you are tagged as Kronfwe. However, if you are classified as corrupt, you may even get invites to chair events, church harvests. In fact, to us, it's not so bad, folks. It's not so bad, because you get to keep your houses, your cars, properties acquired with the with the corrupt money stolen, with the corrupt money. Folks, you are still called Bosu, Nana, Chief, Honorable. The word simply doesn't connect with us. Folks, the word doesn't connect with us. So you could be heading an institution and, a whole lot of money could be disappeared under your watch. You could be sacked. You come on the papers to say the corrupt ministers. Once we are corrupt and not Kronfordia, you will still be invited to chair events. You will still be dignified as a big man. Folks, if you look at how much we are leaking and the amount we need from the IMF, if you look at the amount of money we are leaking on a yearly basis, constantly, and the amount we need from the IMF as rescue, I mean, I want to be a fly on the wall during the discussions. Folks, because it to be something like this, where the IMF will come and say, well, Ghana, you want $2 billion from us. Looking at the things and how much you are losing, it's in far in excess of the amount you're getting from, you need from us. So what justifies this request? I can imagine the Ghana spokesperson, will say something like, well, it's true, Mr. IMF, we indeed, have lost quite a bit, and we are still losing. But you must understand, if we go chasing those who have taken monies, well, number one, they may implicate us if we chase them, or number two, if they get power, they will come back and chase us for what we are also going to take now. So let's leave that to pass. Also, we are very used to the luxury lifestyle that you taught us. As you can see, when you were coming through the car park, that there were a fleet of top-of-the-line V8s, and they don't come cheap. The top brass have two and sometimes even a saloon car. Some of us live in government bungalows and it's free. Electricity, security, house help, it's all on the state bed. We travel business and first class. We stay in no less than 4-star hotels. We even rent private jets. We have created more districts, and we have enough ministers to form a platoon. They don't come cheap. So there's nothing we can do currently other than come to you for bailout. You have to help us. But we promise you, in 6 years, we'll probably blow everything and come back. Hearing about that you're unable to feed your children in school, say, yes, that's correct. That's correct. Currently, there's a bit of a challenge there. And so IMF says, but what? You have so much fallow lands and rivers. So why don't you just irrigate and put seeds in the ground? The Ghana spokesperson will say, oh, you people are too long. Just give us the money and we shall import. Just give us the money and we shall import. Folks, we still don't have a connection or love for what is called Ghana. To us, it's a very, very distant entity. What is Ghana? Folks, the very person who would not steal from a friend. He works in the same office, wallet, or you actually pick the wallet and hide it for you and give you a call. Oh, you left your wallet on your desk. I've hidden it in a drawer for you. And truly to the fact you come, everything is in there intact. That same person has no problem taking from the state. Because he thinks if he takes from you, he'll be judged by God. But if he takes from the state, it's nothing. It's nothing. It's nothing. That same person, folks, that same person has no connection when it comes to state. That's why I said we can't leave it to chance. If you don't train people to see the theirs and own it and love it, they will have no problem taking from it. Yes, I know maybe we are directing our energies at the state because because the state is supposed to look after the students and the hospitals and stuff like that. But even when you come into the private entities, you go to any institution and go to any marketing office, whatever it is, so you go there and says, oh, I need sponsorship for you to come and sponsor this. It will cost 10,000 cedis. The marketing manager approves the 10,000 cedis, but you must know that emu 2,000 and now 3,000 here. You have to give it to him. Otherwise, he's not going to approve it for you. So that's the private side. The state side, no. But maybe we're angry at the state because it's the state that now has to feed children in school and look after people in hospitals, and so we scrutinize them even more. But if you sink it all the way down, folks, you can go all the way down to a church mouse, and we are all at it. You can come all the way down to a church mouse, and we are all at it. You look at his salary, look at his house, 3, 4 kids, one in school in Glasgow, 2 in school in Germany, the other in America. And you're thinking, how are you paying fees and renting houses for all these kids? How are you paying it? How? And so one day when somebody puts their foot down, if ever, and says enough is enough, I'm really going to plug these holes. Oh my God. Now check this out, folks. If you look at our income breakdown, folks, 30% of Ghana is carrying about 70% of Ghana. Which means there's 70% of people in this country who can't afford all these big bright business. So it's just a few 30%, And look at how much money just going down the drain and being flushed out. From the top, no priority, sense of entitlement. Huge sense of entitlement. Come to the middle, they also can't care. And now the nation is almost dying. Look, anybody who's honest with you will tell you, we can't carry on this way, it will crash. Folks, anybody with an ounce of reasoning will tell you that it will crash. We can't carry on this way. The issue is who is going to bail this cat. Look at how much millions recently, these, executives for NPP. Look at the millions to be a party treasurer. Now, is it not even scary if somebody is going to look after your money and they spend all that millions in their private money to come and look after your money? Aren't you going to be scared? So, and it has become open and blatant. It has become almost legalized, where people will come on air and say, yes, I paid this amount of money for that position, and go free. We don't hear the GRA getting up to say, whoops, how did you amass this money? Where did the money come from? We don't hear, Shiraj or, the finance ombudsman, not just say, the whole Akuma should be out to me. That's where we have gotten to. That's where we have gotten to. So that even in the phase when we are now going for a bailout, you still see the cars, the luxury lifestyle of the machinery that's going to beg for the money. And, I've said this 1,000 times, that these guys who are coming to give you the money, they can't even afford the lifestyle that we live. They can't afford the lifestyle that we live. They can't. But maybe we are not angry enough. Maybe we are not exposed enough. Maybe we are handicapped. Maybe this is our fate. Maybe this is our lot. Maybe this is our lot. Maybe this is our lot. There's a road contract. They tell you it's going to be 10 million cedis for a road contract. There's no money, but the contract has been approved. You, the contractor, would have to go and find money from somewhere to come and buy the contract. You then go on site. So bear in mind that maybe 3 million cedis of that budget is already gone. So you need to scrape 300 million cedis of the quality of the road. And because the money is not coming in, your interest is now piling up. We're just, for want of a better word, just stabbing the nation left, right, and center. We put our foot down, folks. And sometimes I've asked this thing so many times that even if we can bite the bullet. I've asked it so many times if we can bite the bullet. But unfortunately, those who can put their foot down are those who benefit the most. But if we are able to change the word from corrupt to Krono, because if you are tagged as Krono, it will be very difficult to be invited to prestigious places to chair or to speak. But if you say you're corrupt there, it doesn't matter. You still get the invites. You still get the same respect. Oh, you're corrupt. Yes, you know you're corrupt. But you can't know you're corrupt for many julo ni. Many julo. Maybe it will resonate home a bit. Oh, Minister ne julo near Asakele. Maybe say if you know corrupt and they move. Sometimes don't even get sacked. You just get moved to the presidency. He was corrupt, so come to the presidency. Folks. Whoa, who's going to be my first caller?
Nana Kwesi.
Nana Kwesi, let me hear you.
Nana, see, the issues, you're not mentioning no. You're not mentioning no. Because paying attention and observing certain things, I've realized the issues goes where and majority of them that is killing us in the constitution has made it so. The constitution has given license to it and it's happening. So you can't even touch it. And who is going to change it? It's these same people that it will have to go to parliament for them to change it. And if they don't see anything wrong with it, what will change, Nana? Because it's not as if you say you and I can just wake up and say we've changed it. It has to go through a process. And the people who are supposed to make sure that should happen, they don't see anything wrong with it. So how do we get the change we are asking for? Let me share an experience with this whole corruption thing. Nana, the Ghanaian system is not designed to make the ordinary man, to make life easy for the ordinary man. It's as simple as that. See, the police service, I've had 4 experiences with them. All of them, they took 100 Ghana cedis for me for no reason. You see, when you're coming from Medina, Adenta, where the police station is, if you want to turn and go inside the cement flat, you have to exit the main road and turn like that. Have you seen that lane?
Yeah.
So when I missed it, it skipped me. So I missed it. So I just turn out where the traffic light is. Police are watching me. I didn't see that me use in a lane. That's all, Nana. Obisa me license. Obisa me way. Minya bibia man. Or say so far as a man used to win my uncle. Nana, they wasted my time for hours. The annoying part is that the officer who said, "Also watch me no," me bisa says, "So what's my offense here?" Officer my bibia out there profile me and let's see where it goes. Nana, the moment I asked the beshe, officer buefu. Say, I'm maybe Chinese sound in each man. Ni buefu kasa wafamu to wetuko poa wejamiho. Nana, can you imagine when I sat there for hours, another officer came pretending as if he doesn't know what is happening, coming to tell me that, Charlie, you just give us something and we should let you go. Why? Now we all call you on your mind. 100 cities. Nana, I've had same experience at the Westland Police Station. I've had same experience at the MTTDU office at Accra, Tudu. I will mention this officer. He's called Mr. Aedu. They took me 100 Ghana cedis. Nana, let me speak because I didn't see me. I did nothing wrong. And all of these people, I asked them what is my offense. And then officer Buefu. See, when I was doing my license at the DVLA, I went to do my standard. Yes, 6 months now. So me say I will follow it like that. Just give me the cover notes and let me use it like that. Nana, 6 months by license. They are telling me that because I didn't do the premium, no. As for the standard there, they don't really focus on it like the premium. And I'm like, what are you talking? What are you telling me? Something that I paid 1,000 Ghana cedi plus for, which I'm not supposed to pay that. And this is not like a go person. I went to the DVL office. After that, then I realized I wasn't supposed to pay that much. And even on top of that, they are telling me that because of my standard in it, 6 months and also it took more than a year back and forth because finally I got my license card. So you see the kind of system we live in. So be sorry. That's all. Best you say to go through all this stress, then the person will just pay and say, do it for me, so I'll get it early. And yeah, 6 months. Me 6 months. You license. Do you think I'll worry?
I share your passion. 0302216541. Hello, who's talking to me?
Hello, yeah. This is Dennis from Adenta.
Dennis, let me hear you.
Yes. Nana, before I even start, I just want to say I am not NDC, MPP, or my statement or contribution is not political.
Sure.
But by virtue of my job and my associations and affiliation and friends, I just want to say for a fact that everything you said is 100% true. And I also agree that if we can stop calling it corruption and rather term it as theft, it would help. And the main problem we are facing in this country is not even corruption, but it's indiscipline. Because if you go into the understanding of the word corruption, you understand that the intention is not just to receive from somebody before performing a duty, but it's also the willingness of the person to give. So if you go, maybe you want to do your passport, and you go and you know that this is a lay down procedure, but you are willing to give somebody, let's say, 500 cedis so that they'll print it for you within 24 hours. That is how the whole thing is. If you later are your environment and then you later call on the government expecting them to come and clean it up for you, it's all part of the indiscipline. And I can tell you for a fact that even some of these members or ministers or boss who managers, chiefs, or these so-called big people who are involved in corruption, the kind of life they live, like you said, People from the IMF cannot even live their life. And even their children who are outside the country, you see the kind of life they live. And you ask yourself, why did they get the money to support this? And the mistake Ghanaians are going to make is, you all think it's a partisan issue. Oh, it's NPP or it's NDC. And they'll just keep voting for these same people all the time. Ghana is going to suffer if we don't wake up. Nana, tell them. You have the platform. Tell them. Ghana will suffer if they don't wake up. Thank you.
Thank you too very much. 0302216541. Hello, who's talking to me?
Yeah, this is Kobe. Kobna.
Kobna, let me hear you.
Oh, Nana, am I online?
Yes, you're online. Let me hear you.
Okay. Nana, today is also another Monday, and I appreciate the topic that you brought for us to discuss. Nana, listen, the last 2 weeks, like you said, the MPP had a conference, right, where they elected their national executives, right? Mm-hmm. And then, like you said, we saw the blatant corruption. We saw videos of MPP delegates collecting money. And that is corruption out there. That is corruption. So you ask yourself, if Ghana is really a state, right? If Ghana is really a state where we have a vibrant law enforcement, some of these guys should have been picked up. I'm telling you the truth. Some of these guys should.
Oh, your line dropped. 0302216541. We are looking at corruption and Krono, saying that maybe we have made the word too sexy. Maybe we've made the word too sexy. So, I mean, if somebody is tagged as corrupt, it's still a church have a script with me a friend about. So, corrupt can just say, Sikawanism. But if you can call them Julo, Avukuklo, whatever it is, if we can tag them with words that have meaning with us, maybe. Hello, who's talking to me?
Good evening, Nana Ansah Kwao.
Good evening.
This is Isaac James calling from Abukobi.
Let me hear you, my brother.
Thank you so much. I wish we have many people like you in this country. Nana, you see, our politicians are happy crowding our services so that the money can only be centralized from government, so that they can steal it. Our district assemblies are the perfect place of doing everything. Every district have everything, hospitals, schools, whatever. What have you, roads, ministry, everything is there. But because the politicians want to steal the money, they want to do everything from central government. Nana, Ghanaians, we have to wake up and let. I'm calling on our great lawyers like Samson Ladia Yenini, Kofi Bentel and others. They should enact laws. They should sponsor private motion laws to send to Parliament for it to be approved, so that we, the citizens, will tell the politicians what to use our money for. They shouldn't come and use our money the way they want. Because if we don't do that, they will continue doing this. They will continue laughing at us. In Parliament, they will sit as if they are fighting NDC and PP. But if you go in secrecy, they are together sharing our money. Nana, God bless you.
God bless you too. But you see, I know we say politicians, but I mean the civil service too. Also sao. The civil service too. You go and you want your land papers and what one for BB and Faha. This, we hear these stories. I mean, this driving license business. Oh, okay. No politician be anywho, but still omaji. You go to private businesses, just private business. You enter, apply. Oh yeah, this program, and we want a sponsorship. It's going to be 50,000. The institution looks at it and think, oh, this is a worthy cause. We'll support it. The marketing manager who will sign that thing, the account person who released the 50,000. 1 year, by the time you leave there, you have 35,000 cedis left. How much is Kenina? Who's talking to me?
Hello, Nana.
Yes, sir.
This is George.
George, let me hear you.
Okay. Nana, corruption, boss and hammer the corruption. Don't you have something to consider that when you land a public officer land, you'll be sent to court? Don't you have anything like that? Please educate me in that context.
Come again with your question.
Don't you have anything in the law that tells that if a public officer lies and it has been determined that he can be sued or punished?
Oh yeah, there is. I mean, according to the even the AG report which Occupy Ghana was, right. I mean, there's a law where even if you misappropriate money, they can. I mean, every crowd new, you just misappropriate it, crown. They can tell you to bring the money back. But the thing is, nobody is getting the money back. So everybody knows that, and yet they will just say, "Oh, Sikana, now you go back to work, business as usual."
Nana, when this country during COVID-19, we're told that in 3 months we'll build 18 hospitals. And people continue to rely. And I think the law doesn't catch up with the big people. They're supposed to be equal to the politicians. Because in the foreign land, when the land catches to the big people, they are planning to serve as a betterment to the downtrodden. Here, people still go to their jail for 20 years, 30 years. Look at the amount of money these people have for. Can you imagine? In fact,
it's terrible. I mean, how can you say between 2016 and 2022, 48 billion cedis stolen or misappropriated? 48 billion. And we are not hearing a revolution of court cases or people asked to pay back or properties being seized. No, nothing. Just send the IRA. So let's go to the IMF now. Hello, who's talking to me?
Yeah, good evening.
Good evening.
Yeah, this is Benjamin from Adenta.
Benjamin, let me hear you.
Yeah, we are just joking. we are simply joking. The people are just coming to steal. You don't need any prophet to tell you anything. The politicians, look at their Congress, both NDC, NPP. The executives, they've struggled to go there. And they have their private offices. John Boyd, for instance, private office. But he didn't even have that. Where did he get the money from? He doesn't even work for the state. So we are just joking about this fight. IMF, they know. The Bretton Woods institutions, they want to keep you perpetually poor. If you listen to John Bolton, Donald Trump's security chief, he said he helped plan coups. It's over there, you can Google it. So they are just planning coups, destabilizing Africa. So they are not our friends. So if I use certain words, you are saying that we shouldn't use corruption, we should use some words. The same journalists will cut you off. They'll tell you you have to be politically correct. Therefore, even if they say lie, say untruth, that kind of thing. So for me, it is us, and they will keep still. Then we blame ourselves, which sometimes I don't understand. The civil servants who recruited them. I mean, go there and see how they recruit people. They are the same party people. So people are saying that the civil servant is corrupt, this, that. Who employed those people? Who recruited them? And once the politicians know that, civil servants are stealing, then we can also steal. Then we say, everyone is stealing. So everybody is stealing. So nobody else can just chase after cattle or whatever, or the people will not be demonstrating. It is a ploy. Parliament passes laws. The MPs, they are the same. NDC had the numbers in Parliament. I'm giving you an example. They had the numbers in Parliament to stop the e-levy. Somebody was in an ambulance, one of the NPP MPs. The person can never ever be brought. The person was on oxygen. How can the person vote? And then Muntaka said, walk out. And Ghanaians they are just fooling Ghanaians. The laws they are supposed to pass. If you are a civil servant or even any public officer and you steal money, the law as it stands now is that once you are surcharged by the Auditor General, with this even Auditor General, the one who came after Doma level is not doing. He will not be surcharged you. Once you are surcharged, go and pay. Whatever you can raise to pay, you pay. If you are not paying, you go to court, tell the court I can pay 50 cedi a day. And that's basically it. Woyomi. Has he refunded all the money? Are you here of William again?
Thank you very much, my brother, and I love the passion. 0302 216 541. Hello, who's talking to me?
Hello.
Yes, sir.
My name is Prince Henry from Koforidua.
Prince, let me hear you.
Nana, is it not amazing that we are in this country? Over 500 excavators have just vanished into the thin air. To date, we don't even know the whereabouts of those excavators. The whole excavators. If this is not part of the corrupt thing that we said we are talking about, we wanted to defend. My only question I wanted to ask, especially this goes to Nana Ansah Kwao. He told us that he's going to use Nana's principle to fight corruption. My question to Nanado is, has he forgotten about the principle, or he came to office now realized that he cannot fight corruption, or he is part of the corrupt deal that is going on in the cluster house? Because Nana, when you think of what is happening, as a teacher, I've been teaching for 4 years. I don't have a textbook to teach. They tells me there's no money to print textbooks. Since 28, the curriculum was changed till date, no textbooks. How do you expect the teacher to teach? You see, I don't blame them, because you see, when teachers went on strike, these government appointees, none of their children goes to these government schools, so they don't care. They wake up at normal day, it's okay. The child will come, Daddy, I'm going to school. So whether government school is on hold or is on strike, they don't care, they don't feel it. Why was Domelevu asked from his office? Because he was fighting corruption. Now, you see, I am tempted to believe in your ideology. You see, we have been sleeping, and they've taken us for granted. When they need our power, they come to us with sugar-coated words. When the power is given to them, they turn around. Because what Nanado said in 2016, that he's not going to, operate family and friends government. Now we have a president who has appointed his own daughter.
Thank you very much. I share your passion. 0302 216 541. Hello, who's talking to me?
Nana, this is Kobna again.
Kobna, let me hear you.
My line dropped.
Yes.
So continuing, I'll make it snappy.
Sure.
Now, I give an example of the Mofisa that took place at the NPP national conference, where they elected their national executives, right? So we all saw it. Every Ghanaian saw it. It was in the news.
They even told us.
Joy FM. Hello.
No, they even told us. They themselves told us.
So my point is that we, the audience, other political parties who are not in government, right? Those who want to come into government in 2024, they saw it. So let's say I don't know which personalities want to come to the Jubilee House. They are seeing it. So these are the people who need to bring proposals that would reset the state system and make sure that these things are dealt with. Because whatever we do, it's human beings who are going to fix things. So if we cannot have people who want to become president and they are seeing these things, like they are seeing these things, and they come into office and then they perpetuate the same things, then this is what is going on. It's because of the way we set up our political system, where we are practicing a political party identity. You find the general secretary of a party sitting in cabinet. Appointees of government are all partisan. There's something that we can do. We cannot put our feet down. So it means we have a bleak future, Ghana. We have a bleak future. And it's not going to change. Even if the next government, which maybe is NDC, come to power, it will be the same. Because remember, under NDC, Mahama brought in some some personalities into the Jubilee House after they have been investigated in the Brazilian saga. So these are things that are not going to change unless we find a credible person. And that's the conundrum. I don't know how we're going to do that.
Thank you very much. 0302216541. Hello, who's talking to me?
Hello, good evening.
Good evening.
I'm Nana Ansah calling from Mama here.
Nana, let me hear you.
Okay. I want to ask a simple question. Now that we've seen all these things going around, who forced we the Ghanaians to go and vote? Because the talking is becoming too much and they are not listening. So on the D-Day, the voting day, no one should turn up. Because I can't go and queue from dawn to dusk to vote for them to come and play tricks on us. I won't go and vote. No one should go and vote. And they will wake up. You see, because a lot is going around. Nana, if you go to the market, you can't even use 300 cedis for 1 week to cater for or to take care of your family. Things are so high. Talking of the hospitals, education, what? I simply don't get it.
And I simply share your frustration. The amounts involved that we this is the Auditor General, 2016 to now, 48 billion just gone down the drain. According to Ghana Statistical Service, when we approach this same government people to render services, i.e., pay passport, driver's license, whatever it is, the amount of monies we are paying for these services or bribery, 5 billion. So apart from 12 billion a year just going down the drain, in order to get services for them to even take that 12 billion, we have to pay 5 billion. It's just like a comedy. If you write a movie out of government machinery, state, 48 billion lost, and a year for them to lose that amount of money, we need to pay 5 billion a year for them to take that amount of money. That doesn't include the fuel, the luxuries. Can you imagine, like, Boris Johnson is Ofi, London now, or call, let's say, Watford, and he's driving in like 20 or 42 Range Rovers. Not just say, when he gets to Watford, he has to stay there. He won't come back. Just imagine. And look at the size of the economy. And they even make the Range Rovers. They make it there. They're not even going to import it. But imagine Boris Johnson going to Watford to go and maybe open a stadium or open a library. And so he has like 42 Range Rovers, police bikes, and then pictures. Everybody should get out of the way because Oba. Joe, when you get to Watford, stay there. Because Umba back. But look at the size of their economy. Germany, they make all the cars in the world. When their chancellor is moving, you look, what can I say, Jama? The cars ni yenye biya manana. Yenye biya manana. Where Mikwa is like one of the biggest economies in Europe. And then you come here and I say, yes, Ogblosos are coming. Sometimes they take the 2 lanes, so even if you are facing them, you have to disappear. Yes, Ombekumu. Happy birthday belated to Nana Ansah Kwao the first. The Wu and Koswo Hene. So if you forgot to give her a call, Mrs. Florence Hagan of Gapoha. Happy birthday. Nana Ansah Kwao the first. And Koswo Hene of the Wu Ekuyapem Dewu. Mrs. Florence Hagan of Gapoha. Happy birthday belated to you. Abeku was on the ones and twos. Kofi Hayford is coming to play us some songs to really redeem us. Maxwell Agbagba, senior journalist, to give you your bulletin. I want to say hi. I am Nana Ansah Kwao the 4th, Chief of the Little Republic of Akwamodu Masa.